They say never to stream a game on day one, but you know us content creators, we've got to get in while it's hot. So despite my better judgment, I decided to cover it that very night. After all, I had most of the day to prepare. In my defense, I had streamed the demo without issue. What could possibly go wrong between the demo and the full release, right? I was going to find out.
This game does not like streaming.
It really
I've noticed that.
First, it was the initial setup. OBS and the game were not getting along. It simply could not recognize that Once Human was a game. So I had to use window capture instead, so it would just think it was grabbing a browser or something. Then there were the resolution issues. Once Human is not optimized for ultra-wide monitors right now. I don't stream at my full resolution because it's demanding, and I like having some monitor space for chat, but I couldn't find any reasonable resolution sizes. Then I thought, okay, I've had this issue before. I'll make my native resolution 2560 by 1440. That solved it in the past. Not quite what I was going for, but at least I could stream the game in a lower resolution. My intention was to have it in windowed mode while in native 2560 by 1440 so that I could use that empty space. But at windowed mode it was doing something funky, and at full screen mode I couldn't use the space. Alas, I moved on. Then it was setting up the chat in OBS. Now, granted, this isn't the fault of the game, but it was just insult on top of injury how long it took me to get it working properly. But all that testing paid off, because when the time came to stream, I was able to do it. For about an hour. Then the stream randomly dropped.
Right, it just randomly disconnected.
All things considered, for a launch of an MMO, the game behaved relatively well. There were a few issues here and there, but I've experienced much worse. And now the game's crashed. I quite like the game, actually. I'm a fan of survival games in general, but this one's got fangs. The sci-fi horror elements, the randomly spawning bosses and buses, the badass NPCs, it sets the experience apart. Not really an MMO fan, not since my teenage days, now I feel old, but it just seems to work for these types of games. So despite a rocky start, I plan on playing, and hopefully streaming, a lot more of this. Have you played a game on launch day and had it go topsy-turvy? Share it in the comments. Thanks for watching.